Hello and welcome back to Reading Past Midnight. I'm your host, Ron Rutstein. Today I'm going to do a little book haul from Montreal and the Paragraphe Bookstore, Librairie. My French is probably terrible. My wife and I went back over Thanksgiving and we went back to the Paragraphe Bookstore. We've been there once before. And I'll show some videos of some bookstores that we visited in Montreal and Quebec over the summer when we were there. And I'm going to go over the book haul we picked up here and some from the last time I was at the Paragraphe. I know which ones they were because they still have their Paragraphe sticker on them. So enjoy and watch a few little clips of bookstores in Canada, particularly in Montreal and Quebec. And then I'll clip us back to where I am now.
So after a 4-hour drive, we've arrived in Montreal at the Word Bookstore. Very exciting. Nice little neighborhood. So here I am at the Librairie Pantoute, which is probably pronounced incorrectly. Lots of books in French and only a handful in English. So I bought 2 books here, which I'll show you a little later. They were very pleasant and they spoke English as well, like everybody does here. They're smarter than me. So here we are in some mall that's not very busy in Quebec at the English language bookstore, La Maison Anglaise. They didn't even dare to put the title of the store in English because most people just speak French around here, though a lot of them do seem to speak English. I don't know how many of them actually read English, but we'll see what this bookstore has to offer. I am in the Hananorak bookstore in Quebec. Almost all of the books are in French. However, they did have a little nook here with books in English and 3 shelves down here. This is all Inuit people's writings. And I did find a whole bunch of stuff that I would not have found in Massachusetts. This is the entrance to the Hananorak bookstore in Quebec.
But we also were going to do that. Should I get definitely for the low price, $60?
This is the Argo bookstore in Montreal. We are visiting and, of course, buying a few books. Very nice little independent shop. You guys are the oldest in Montreal?
Oldest independent English bookstore in Montreal. Yeah.
Oldest independent English bookstore in Montreal.
Yeah, there's some older French ones.
I don't speak or read French.
Let us know if we can help with anything.
Thank you very much.
And welcome back. I'm sitting here in front of my almost complete set of bookshelves here. I need to put some shims on the bottom because the floor is sloped. This is in the basement, and this was originally a playroom for my stepson once upon a time. And in the process of converting it, I left the floors completely as they were, which are built on top of the floor. The cement floor that was there and paid absolutely no attention to whether or not I should level them. I was just interested in getting it done as quickly as possible to make it usable for him. And it turned out it didn't get much use. But what the heck, it's getting used now. So I have a little bit of work to do here. But right now, let's go through a couple bags of books. First, we'll go through some here that I bought last time. And some of you may have already seen, I did a review of 2 books by Katlia and This House is Not Home and Firekeeper. If you haven't watched the reviews of those, go ahead and look that up. I have started to read Split Tooth by Tanya Tagaq, in a similar vein as Katlia's novels, written in a different style. I won't say a better style, I'll say a different style right now, and probably discuss that at some point. And a couple books by Naomi Fontaine. And this one I did not get at the Paragraph, but it was in the pile. Hunter with Harpoon, Marcusi Patswak. That's probably a serious butchering of the person's name. The McCord Stewart Museum is where I got this book. So, a little shout out to them. So let's see what we got this trip. Now these are all new. This is not like a library sale. The Labyrinth of Spirits. This is Carlos Ruiz Zafón. I like his books. They're kind of thrillers and historically interesting in the world of books. Obviously, I like books, so I've kind of liked his. So I just picked this up because I saw it there. I didn't see it anywhere else. I'm not even going to try and pronounce this. Reflecting on Our Journeys, edited by Timothy B. Leduc. Highlights the indigenous values that brought us to the sacred meeting place in the original treaties of Turtle Island. Writings of indigenous writers, again from Canada. Essays, poems, stories. Reflecting on Our Journeys. So, very nice. Something I had never seen before. This is Europa Editions, S.J. Nauday, accent there. Fathers and Fugitives. This is South African writing. Also with that, J.M. Coetzee, former South African, I think he's currently an Australian. The Pole and Other Stories, some collections of short works of his. Very large print, so quick and easy reading. Yeah, 247 pages. They could have easily made this like 150 pages or so and made a slimmer volume, but they've got to give people their value. $42.95 Canadian, so maybe they thought they wanted to make it look larger than it actually is. Anne Michaels, a novel Held. There's my receipt. I'm not going to tell you how much money I spent there. Breathtaking and mysterious novel from Anne Michaels, the beloved internationally best-selling author of Fugitive Pieces and The Winter Vault. I had not heard of either of these books. That's what happens when you go to another country and see the books that they've got up there that people are reading there. So we'll find out if that's of interest to anyone. Anne Michael's Held. Our Story, Aboriginal Voices on Canada's Past. Collections of writing. I did get some nonfiction here. Living in Indigenous Sovereignty. The 100 Years' War on Palestine. Obviously about the Middle East. Rashid Khalidi, author of Palestinian Identities, Metropolitan Books. I suspect this is in probably a lot of American bookstores. I had not seen it anywhere, so I did pick that up. This is 1917 to 2017. Obviously, things have deteriorated from there. Richard Wagamese, Medicine Walk, a novel. "16-year-old Franklin Starlight is called to visit his estranged father, Eldon. He finds him decimated after years of drinking. What ensues is a difficult journey through the rugged and starkly beautiful backcountry of the British Columbia interior and a vivid journey together into the past. Possibly repairing a relationship, possibly not. I don't know. I'll take a look at that. I have to admit that the last time we went to the Paragraphe Bookstore, my wife got a bigger stack of books than I did. But the gentleman at the counter was very kind and gave us 2 bags. This time, the gentleman behind the counter did not offer to give us 2 bags, so we paid for them, which is fine. These will get plenty of use and reuse. So this is interesting. I saw this there. Clytemnestra. It's a first novel by Costanza Casati. 2 reasons why I picked this up. One, right now I'm finishing up with my high school students a reading of the Orestes, the Orestia, and we've got the last play to go, and this is obviously a different take on that. Clytemnestra, warrior, mother, murderer, queen. Kind of interesting to see where it goes. And I also do have to read here Colm Tobin's House of Names, which also has to do with the same story. What happens in the house of Agamemnon, the house of Atreus, after he comes home from being away at war for 10 years. Don't go away for 10 years to war or anywhere and expect things to be all nice and tidy at home when you get there. So I'm looking forward to reading those. Now, 3 Shades of Blue. This is about jazz. Miles Davis, John Coltrane, Bill Evans, 3 musicians whose work I love, and The Lost Empire of Cool by James Kaplan. I'm kind of looking forward to getting into this. I've read a number of books on jazz over the years, and this is just another one to add to the gray matter that is deteriorating in my skull. There Are Rivers in the Sky by Alif Shafak, novel by the author of The Island of Missing Trees. A lot of very famous people coming out and saying how great this book is. I have no idea why I bought it. Well, we'll see. Shan't we? Glaciers, a novel. Short novel, under 100 pages. Novella. Looked interesting. Claire Keegan, Antarctica. Among the finest contemporary stories written recently in English. Well, we'll find out. That's quite the praise. Premi Mohammed, We Speak Through the Mountain. Well, we're going to see what this is all about. Traveling along through the climate crisis-ravaged wilds of Alberta's Rocky Mountains, 19-year-old Reed Graham battles the elements and her lifelong chronic illness to reach the utopia of House, H-O-W-S-E, University. But life in one of these storied domes, the last remnants of pre-collapse society, isn't what she expected. Okay, again, short book. Thomas King, Sufferance. Thomas King is an author that I've looked at now and then and thought, I need to read some of that. So while I was there, I picked out this one to read. And we'll see. Maybe some of you can tell me if I made a good choice or not. And I get 3 more here. Prairie Edge, Connor Kerr. I think this is a novel that has to do with reconstructing the buffalo runs that the indigenous peoples used to do. Another Connor Kerr. I guess I felt that his work needed some exploration. Avenue of Champions. Refreshingly displays the reality of Edmonton's Indigenous youth trying to survive the child welfare system in a city that prides itself on being winners of everything from sport to industry. With humor and his own lived experience as a Métis hunter and writer, Connor Kerr's voice is one we will be hearing from for many years to come. Well, we'll find out what I think of that. And Indian Horse, now a major motion picture. Canada Reads, 2013 selection. Saw Indian Horses in trouble. There seems to be only one way out as he journeys back through his life as a northern Ojibwe from the horrors of residential school to his triumphs on the hockey rink. He must question everything he knows. In Indian Horse, author Richard Wagamese crafted a wise and magical novel about love, family, and the power of spirit. You'll notice that it fits in with some of the themes that I've been reading about. I did, since they charged me $2 a piece for the bags, I did steal a bunch of bookmarks. I didn't steal them, they said I could take them. So, anyway, that's, my wife said she pulled out her books, so I'm assuming these are all ones that I chose, although it looks like 1 or 2 of these might have been ones that she chose. However, we do share. We share most things. However, we didn't share COVID. She got it twice. I never got COVID. I hope I never get it. So there we go. Again, Thank you for joining me, Ron Rutstein, here on Reading Past Midnight. Pick up a book, stay up late, don't disturb your spouse or whoever is in bed with you. Unless it's the dogs, they'll probably disturb you, or the cat will disturb the dogs who will disturb you. Anyway, we're all disturbed, and it's disturbing. Please hit like and subscribe, and you can be notified if you hit that little bell and pick up more of my ramblings as we go. I've got a few more videos to make and get up. This week I'm not going to be at work. I'm having a minor surgical procedure in which I will be left to my own devices for about a week here instead of going to work. I won't be doing much of anything probably for 2 days, and then after that I can get back to maybe making some videos, doing some reading. I don't know how I'll feel about reading after coming off some anesthesia, but I may feel like picking up a book in the afternoon. I'll be home by then. Again, thanks for joining Reading Past Midnight. Please hit like and subscribe. Thank you very much.